Welcome to the BIA Talks podcast. We are season 2, episode 6. And as always, we want to thank the BBB Ignite Center for their awesome podcast studio. This episode is brought to you by 6 Star Framing. Stay tuned for a fun on-location video interview with Linda Raymond, who also happens to be with us today in the studio.
Hey, thanks for having me.
You're welcome. We have an awesome group of members here today. As indicated, Linda Raymond, 6 Star, Dane Stordahl with Specialized Security Systems, and Brian Zanini with Calhoun Co. Topic today is Meet the Builder and members doing business with members. So I'm going to have you guys go around the room and introduce yourselves, talk about your company, how long you've been a member, and we'll start with you, Linda.
I'm Linda from 6 Star Framing. I am 50% owner, unless I win all the fights that week. 51%.
Good luck.
Third year of the BIA. We love it, obviously. We love after membership every year to include almost everything.
And you get to be you're the commercial today because you're one of our highest level P2 sponsors. So thank you very much for your continued commitment and support of the BIA.
Thank you.
Dane.
Hi.
You're up.
Hi, I'm Dane Stordahl from Specialized Security Corporation. We specialize in remote monitoring security systems. So if you have an asset, commercial, residential, not so much residential unless it's apartment complex, high rise, we will come in, build the system, and monitor it for you.
Wonderful. Brian?
Yeah, Brian Zanini with Calhoun Co. Construction. Been with the company for about 4 years now. First year in the BIA. Happy member. Found a lot of benefits from being a member and love that I'm here today on the podcast. So thanks for having me.
Thank you for being here.
Of course.
Thank you. All right. So we're going to jump right into some questions. So you all attended Meet the Builder 2026, and you each had a different experience. That's kind of, we wanted to have you here to talk about that today. Linda, you've attended Meet the Builder a few years in a row.
Yes.
What keeps you coming, and how did you like this year's?
Well, getting in front of the builder face to face, so I know what their house later on down the line works. I know what they look like. Beyond that,
You track them down on their grocery store,
right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Where do you shop? But also meeting other companies is kind of big for us too, because we see a lot of the people that we either work with on the jobs or we don't work with and we want to work with. Yeah. So beyond the builders, looking at their trades, who's kind of hanging out at their booth and who knows who. For us being a newer company in San Diego County, that's big time.
Awesome. Dane, how about you?
It was good. I enjoyed it this year. What's that?
You had kind of a different experience.
I do.
Like you focus quite a bit on the new members.
I do.
And spent a lot of time on that. If you want to talk a little bit about that.
Yeah, so with the liaison program, we have new members coming in, and this year we had, how many do we have? I think it was a ton of new members this year.
There was
so we were busy.
A couple dozen.
Yeah, so I know I think I had 4 new members this year come in.
Yeah.
And then still old members that we've brought in from the last couple of years. But it was good. There was a lot of energy. The room was packed this year for sure. So you turn around and you're talking to somebody again. There really wasn't room for break unless you went back outside. So it was good. I liked it.
And Brian, as a first year attendee as a builder, how did you find it?
I thought it was a great event. I was a little overwhelmed. I wasn't, you told me, we sold, I think you said even a couple weeks beforehand, there was 450 tickets sold. And I was like, yeah, but like, I saw the ticket prices and I was like, okay, well, like if people are dedicated enough to spend that amount on a ticket to go to the event, then they might actually show up, and they all did.
Yeah. And then
and like to your point, I brought 4 people with me, and I'm so glad that I did, because there was, like you said, there wasn't a time for breaks. It was nonstop interaction, nonstop conversations, and I got to meet a lot of people. Our goal for that event was to meet new subcontractors that could help kind of fill the space that we're growing into, which is, small multifamily. We're not getting the pricing that we need on framing. Hello. Concrete. We're getting residential pricing, and we need something that's a little bit more competitive in the market. So we were able to meet some of those contractors, and it was good for us.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Wonderful. Wonderful. Okay. Next question. Do you have any advice on anything that you think we could do differently next time? As a builder member side of it, being as busy as you were, do you have any advice on what we could do different?
I don't know. It's hard for me to say after just like one event.
Yeah.
Because I have nothing to compare it to.
True.
But I felt that the event was very well done. The food was really good.
Yeah.
The bars there was a line at the bars almost all the time. So people were mixing and mingling. And I think that's all you can really ask for out of an event is people to kind of be present and also be willing to interact, right? It wasn't a lot of people standing in a corner. People were constantly coming up to us, and that's kind of what we were looking for, and we got that from the event. So
Good, good, good,
that was
good.
good for us.
Piece of advice for someone after Meet the Builder.
I guess it's hard because you can only do so much research on who's going to be there and who's going to be at the booths, and there were a lot of builders there,
Yeah.
right? So I think that there were a couple subcontractors or vendors that came up to us that there wasn't really an opportunity for us to work together, and that's totally fine. I'm open to the conversation, and a lot of times you meet people and you have an opportunity to connect through a small, oh, so and so. Can you connect me with them? There's a way to still do business even if you don't directly work together. Um, I guess my advice would just be come willing to talk high level, have your elevator pitch ready. I had a couple people come up it was like maybe a 5-minute elevator pitch, and I still don't think I knew exactly what they did at the end of it. So I think just being prepared, bringing the right people is important.
Yeah.
Because you want to put your best foot forward, especially I think in an industry that's, from my conversations, even with people at Meet the Builder, but also just outside of that, like an industry that's somewhat slow Q1 of this year. I'm hearing that kind of all around the board. You really need to sharpen your pencils and your tools and like come in ready to try to win business from people, especially if your goal is to meet a builder that can give you work, right? So that would be my advice.
Got it. Thank you.
Mhm.
Would you do Meet the Builder next year?
Definitely.
Okay.
We'll be a
Good,
part of it.
good. So this is actually, these are questions from Elena Mineo, who is our events manager. And this is for all of you. We'll start with you, Linda. Which factors were most important to you at the event? Quality of contacts, number of contacts, time efficiency, relationship building, visibility. What were the most important factors for you at the event, Linda?
Quality of contacts, which was there.
Okay,
Definitely.
good.
We work for many of those builders in that room. That felt good because I feel like we have a pretty big profile in San Diego County. So seeing a lot of our we call them partners in prime already there was awesome. The ones that we don't work for, good. They have active projects. They come telling you like, this is what we have on the ground. I even had one company say, this is what we're bidding. You want to help us with some numbers? Yeah, absolutely. I think the time efficiency, I don't think it's long enough.
All right, Dane, you're up.
Okay.
Factors were most important to you at the event.
So I tell my new members when they come, they'll kind of like have a targeted approach, like ask them, hey, is there anybody here that you want to actually meet? Like, let's go knock that out of the way, get what you want done first.
Smart.
But for me, it's the beginning of relationship building too. All of this everything business stems around relationship building. No one's going to just give you business if they don't know you. So I like to start there and build that foundation.
And did you feel you had enough time with each builder table?
Absolutely.
Okay.
There's plenty of time.
This is a builder question, and you pretty much kind of already talked about it. Did you identify new partners, vendors, and resources you'd consider working with? And how likely are you to follow up with contacts made at the event?
Yeah, I think I walked away with more business cards I have from a single event in a very long time.
Oh,
And I've done
good.
events my whole career, 18 to 20 years in sales and marketing. So walked away with a handful of business cards that I personally felt were key contacts that could help us build our business in the direction that we want to go. I tasked and delegated following up with them to my estimator. So that was nice. I didn't have to do a lot of follow up, but I know that he's already made some valuable contacts that are giving us some very competitive bids and potentially going to help us win some projects here in the near future. So
Awesome.
I found it very valuable.
So one of the things that I think is really important that we really try to do for the BIA and for events is B2B, business development.
Yes.
Bringing people together to make sure you are getting the business out of it. There a lot of newer members, we need to really work to educate them and let them know it's not like an overnight thing. It takes time developing relationships. So for you, Linda, what is your ask of builder members as far as business development and working with local trade companies?
I think my ask is when we send over our narrative and our portfolio, that you understand that we're not coming in your office all the time because everybody's busy. We try to be respectful for that. I mean, we're busy, right? And we should be busy because that means we have work and that means we're good at what we do. But in the same effect, understand that you should pretty quickly be able to build some type of bridge with San Diego County companies that have the labor here, that actually invest here. I mean, for us personally, we live here, we employ people and pay people the wages to live here. That combats a lot of issues that we have kind of with vehicle miles traveled and all the laws that they're trying to do. We had this conversation before,
we did.
We're not bringing in people from other spots.
Yeah.
That's really important. So we do ask that you respect the fact that I don't want to make it a money thing, but what we do for the BIA is it's a big full pocketbook.
Yeah.
It's, as my husband said, it's a Louis Vuitton bag, which I don't own. So
Yeah.
ever.
Fucked?
Ever. I have a 6-star framing tool bag, and if we do some business, I'll give
Okay.
you one too.
Oh,
Love matching
let's talk after
bags.
this.
It's Carhartt, so we
Perfect.
do the quality stuff.
I love it.
But I do think that's important that you do look at that and say, how long has this company been here and what are they pushing for this economy? And if you're in the BIA, we are on the political side and the network side and the support side, and look at our employees and look at who we're supporting instead of saying, well, I'm taking the lowest number. Well, tell me why. Because for us as a rough trade, framing especially, we're a huge chunk of the budget. And we can quantify that number very quickly, and there's savings all over the place. And we actually just this morning met with someone who had 4 RFIs from their prior framer. I said, oh my gosh, we had 114 for a building that's smaller than yours. And this was our schedule. Let's compare it. He's like, how do you do that? And I said, we work in San Diego County. You have to be very efficient here.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Very efficient. So we do ask the builders respect that and
Yeah.
look at that and give us a little bit of a leg up.
And I think the other piece of it too, you hit it on the head, is they're not just, employing you as a framer, but everyone within your company, that's a part of the economy. It's employment for San Diegans. That's a big piece of it. Definitely. All right. Same question for you, Dane.
So business development for me, like we just started our 3rd year of business, so we're relatively small. So it's me down here. So the only thing I ask for builders is, respect our time. I'm chasing your business, obviously, but the feedback back and forth and the communication, join the BIA to build those connections. So when you're out trying to reach builders, I like honesty. That's what I'm looking for. Just upfront and honest. Don't waste my time. That's all.
What sets you apart from your
What
competition?
sets me apart?
love it.
So
That one.
We all like
We-
this conversation.
I built
Elevator
this. I'm former law enforcement, so I got out of that world about 5 years ago. So I built my company on what I got annoyed with, dealing with, going and trying to contact property managers and building owners, and hey, I need this footage to solve and protect your asset in the future. So I built that with all of those issues of years in that industry, in mind. So customer service, I'm way beyond customer service. Whatever the customer wants, I'm going to get. I'm trying to solve your problem and take that burden of worrying about a window being broke at your asset off your table. We deal with property managers every day, so we're trying to better their world, just proactive approach.
Nice.
How about you, Linda?
What sets us apart? Everything.
Good answer.
If you know framing, I mean, truly, we are a very different company. We're 6 years in. Welcome to San Diego. It's a great environment because we've done a 700% growth.
Wow.
We're moving into our 3rd office right now. We keep expanding. And I think that, if you ask my employees, because I asked them this morning, I said, how do I answer this question? Megan, who, we hold Megan as a champion of professional women in building and what we're building underneath that tent, which is another tent for another podcast.
Yep.
But
We'll bring it up today, though.
perfect. She said, how you treat us here, because we work together and we don't say anybody works for us. I think that's important to builders and the community. I think we bring speed, efficiency. We are not in the good old boys club of framing, even though we know about that and we've worked in this industry for a very long time. It's more about business. Building is a business. Schedules are a business. Budgets are a business. People are a business. Make it super efficient. I also think we have the best merch in framing. I mean, that's just an aside. If you want your purse, got that for
I
you.
do. I'll follow you
too.
into the parking lot after.
And I do think our pre-construction planning and understanding how to get things done very quickly
It's huge.
It's important.
Huge
Yeah.
part of it.
It's important.
And I think something that as a builder is something that will very quickly differentiate you from the people
Very
that
quick.
aren't doing that, right? So pricing aside, like you said, like we're not in the business to be the cheapest contractor because we know the value that we bring to the
Right.
table. And we want to work with companies that understand that and bring value as well. We're not looking at the lowest price because you usually get what you pay for, right?
Exactly.
That's true.
We're looking for the companies that are innovative and doing things differently to give not just us and my project managers a good experience, but overall, like if you're able to work with a builder as a framer or a subcontractor in a way that makes their job easier, that translates all the way down to the customer experience. So is so important that, and I think that there's a lot of those companies, those type of companies in the BIA that are advocating for change and growth and like innovation. And that's why we're members, right? Is we want to meet more companies that are
There's
like-minded.
trades together also. Our rough trades in, we all work very well with them.
Yep.
I mean, absolutely. Gem Electric, 2020 Plumbing, there's some concrete companies. We all know each other,
Yeah.
and we'll talk outside of the builder circle and say, you want to go for this one? How easy are we going to make it? Well, let's make it a little bit easier, a lot easier, depending on if the builder's receptive to it, because we do have price-driven products and we understand that. And in this market, it is that way right now.
Mhm.
It is that way. We're super multifaceted. We go all the way from one house to 400 units. We don't do a lot of one houses, but we have a few excellent customers that are custom home guys, and we love them and they love our business because we'll just knock it out, get it done, walk away, come back for the next one. I think that builders need to look at that more, though, how the trades work together.
Absolutely.
And do you have a good 5 names you can throw out?
Yeah.
And that someone will call and say, yeah, I work with them all the time. They're great. It's huge. It saves
100%.
people like you time for sure.
It's kind of one of the cool byproducts of BIA and our BIA network and family
Mhm.
is it's like you have an opportunity to build a dream team. Like, you know what, builder, I've got the killer crew for you. We're coming in and we're getting it done. And you're just building people that work like you that come in there. And I think that's invaluable. And you see that all the time, like with you and with Jam and especially Contractors Council. So, yep.
And Dane, I mean, former law enforcement, you pull that out all the time, I hope, right? When people are like,
we
we
builder,
support
you
the
did it, we
military
builder.
and law
What did you
enforcement.
do?
Well, then you better hire me now.
I'm not really that type of.
He doesn't bring the
person. I
handcuffs.
don't. I really don't.
Yeah.
I'm from a
I get told I should, but I don't. I really
extended law enforcement family, so I always look at that. Everybody's either, law enforcement or military. So
Yeah.
to some people, that is important.
Yeah,
Yeah.
to some it is. I mean,
It does
comes
lend
out. It
credibility.
totally comes
Yeah.
out when
Yeah.
it needs to come
When
out.
it
You
needs
know
to
what I
come
mean?
out.
Yeah.
You can't let the cat out of the bag all the time, right?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Little mysteries. Okay.
Right.
Well, you kind of actually already answered my question was, what are you looking for in a trade? And like stories of do's and don'ts in a trade that's trying to get your business, or maybe some experiences that you've had that you wish you didn't.
Yeah, I mean, I have a lot of people that stop into the office all the time. They're dropping cards. They're trying to get the business, and I appreciate the hustle because I did that for a long time. And I love what you said earlier was, I'm not in your office all the time because you don't have time and I don't have time to do that. And I'm director of sales and marketing for the company. So I am primarily focused on driving new business and finding vendors that make us more competitive in the industry. So I guess my tips for anyone that's trying to like earn our business is walking in almost never works. If I'm in the office, I'm probably in a meeting. And if I'm in the office and I'm not in a meeting, then I probably shouldn't be in the office. I probably should be out visiting clients and doing what I'm supposed to be doing. So if you catch me, it's not going to be a great time for us to have a conversation. So
Exactly.
schedule time, come prepared. I can sit and have coffee with someone I meet on the sidewalk right outside of this building and have a great half-hour discussion with them. I'm not looking for that necessarily. Like I want someone that's prepared to talk about business and like really, you always work with who you like. So I think that there is that aspect to it. But like coming prepared, like, hey, this is how we do business. This is why I think it's going to benefit our relationship, and be able to like talk to that with confidence. I'm going to be able to, like I said, I've been in this game for a long time. I'm going to be able to figure out whether or not you're blowing smoke pretty quickly. It just is what it is.
Absolutely.
So,
Absolutely.
and I'm sure you're the same way.
I've never walked into
yeah.
an office. I mean, I
Yeah.
said, people come in to sell us stuff, and I'm like, I don't need another rental equipment
don't
company
need another
or
flooring company,
a
yeah.
pad of paper or whatever you have. I literally am dying back
You
here.
don't need more
calendars.
pens.
I mean, the last
We always
guy
need
that
more
came
pens.
in, I said, do you need a job?
Yeah.
Because you're so smart and you should work here. And he's like, well, I work for this. And I said, really? Because you should work here. He's like, what? And he didn't know how to take it. He emailed me last week. I'm like, oh, you want an interview? He's like, yeah. I said, okay. This is how we get people.
It's actually how I found one of my sales guys.
See?
They were in all the time.
Yep.
And I was like, I am looking for that and a salesperson that's willing to do it,
Yeah.
but like, let me teach you how to do it smart.
Yeah.
Right? Because doing 50 office drops a day
Isn't efficient.
and spending a marketing
No.
budget on donuts
No.
or empanadas for a team that's never going to give you business, I don't want that. I want someone that's diligent. I want someone that knows how to do the work and is dedicated to do it. But let me help you do it smart, right?
Yeah.
Let's schedule 5 important meetings a week with the people you really want to earn business from that are going to affect your paycheck. Let's get those meetings.
Right.
Right.
For us, it's
So-
a bid and a job walk.
Yeah.
Come and see what we do.
Yeah.
And if people aren't interested in that, usually we know that there's probably some type of issue if you don't want to see what we do.
Right.
Yeah.
You know, and
Sure.
we've had people say, well, I know what framing looks like. And I said, really? But do you know what it looks like when
It's done right.
we're going a week and a half a floor on a 300 unit building? What? Okay. Yeah. Really? Okay. Then they come out, and
Right.
that's how we got with Wormers, because they're astute enough to see schedules, how quickly someone can do something efficiently. They can identify your manpower very quickly.
Mhm.
And if are they just people that don't always work for you, or, they knew, and it was a hard fight. We won their business.
You have that synergy.
We do.
Yeah.
We do. So
But that's how you run business, is you show proof of success in something that you guys know you do very well. I'm not giving you business because you dropped off a cigar cutter.
see,
You know?
Yeah.
Do you?
That I use.
What about for you,
that I
Dan?
use, but I'm not calling it.
because I always for
So what
I call
I
it
sell is
auxiliary
different.
trade.
It's
I'm
like,
always curious. How do you do this?
It's technology, So getting people to buy off on technology, it's not just a camera that I'm putting up and leaving. I'm a full service security company without the guard being there. So you're going to get reporting. You're going to get, hey, this happened before you even know about it. You're not going to walk into, oh my God, there's a flood going on here. I've already started that process of contacting who needs to be contacted via our remote monitoring system. So that's what we do, is we take away that, oh my God, stress of coming in. Because I've been around property management for 20 years. So my significant other does this on a day-to-day basis and has been grinding it out for a long time. So I've seen what all the issues that she had, applied those to my business to make hopefully her life, easier. If she ever gives me a contract, I'm sure she's going to listen to this.
That's
But
amazing,
anyway,
though.
there you go.
Yeah.
Wow,
Give 'em a
husband of the year award.
Yeah.
Right.
I did this to make her life easier.
right.
No,
So
that's awesome. Will you show up and kick someone's ass if someone asks you to, though?
yeah, we can do
Oh,
that too. We can
perfect.
arrange
He's a
that.
full service.
There's a price
yeah,
for
I'm just-
everything.
I'm just asking.
I got a
I'm just
couple,
saying, like,
neighbors that I need some help with. So
PCBC mix-up party.
well, that's
You
what
need a
I'm saying.
bouncer.
We need a bouncer.
Yeah,
So.
she's doing the speakeasy.
okay.
You guys heard about that, didn't you?
No.
Oh,
Well, you
Pacific
have to get
Coast
an
Builder
invite.
Conference is coming to San Diego. It's at the Gaylord.
Oh yeah,
Yep.
you told me about this.
And we're doing the mix-up party, and it's next level. We have the whole entire Growlers space for us, and it's like 2 stories. It's got a speakeasy.
Cool.
Mom was telling me
So
about
she's
a
doing
speakeasy.
the,
Where's it at?
It's a secret.
Oh,
Yeah.
Well,
That's what makes it.
is there a city?
Right?
You'll no.
No, it's
so
in the
Chula-
building.
It's in the building.
Oh, it's in the
at
ga-
that
okay,
party.
okay.
Yeah.
We have a top secret elevator. It's actually 6-star framing and Jam Electric.
Yep.
We're putting the rough trades in because we know how to throw the best parties.
Cole and
And
Linda.
you will
Respect.
absolutely get an invite.
Awesomeness.
It's 50 people at a time, so we'll have a rotating
Yeah.
group of people that are in the know and want to meet each other and talk and have a good time. I mean, conferences are all about the parties.
Right.
I hate to say that, but it is true.
Yeah.
It's where you get invited to.
Right.
That's
So-
where I met some of the most amazing
Yes,
people. Sarah Gilbert.
absolutely.
I met her at a PCBC. Mark
See?
Kaplan. I met him
Yep.
at PCBC.
Yep.
Yep. They're Yeah, it's
The tails go on.
oh my gosh.
know?
What happens
Absolutely.
at PCBC stays at PCBC.
Yes.
Yes. So I'm excited for it.
And I think we talked. I used to go to BIA events before I was even in the industry with Tyler Sandstrom over
Yeah.
at New Point Communities. I
Yep.
think he was sitting in a leadership role or some sort of leadership role at that point, and Ted Harrington was a member as well. And we used to go and buy like custom crazy print blazers, and we would go to the big convention center parties. And it's like, what is this builder? Why am I at a builder party? Like, what is happening? And why is everyone like, this is insane? There's so many people here, and it was just blown out. And I
Yep.
was like so impressed by it. And then full circle, here I am and a member now. And it was funny because I got to see Ty at the event.
When you meet with someone that is a BIA member, do you take that more seriously? Does that hold weight for you?
Well, I think it does now more so than maybe, prior to even being a member, like that might not have meant so much to me. But there is not only just like a monetary investment that comes along with being a member, but what I've loved, and maybe this is more so because I've tried to jump into being a part of like subcommittees and committees for certain things in the building industry. I'm like just watching how many people are dedicating time and energy
Yeah.
to fight for legislation for our industry, to work together with people that are considered direct competitors, but like together we are a joint voice for change. And I think that that's been a really cool experience. So now I look at like, oh, you're part of the BIA. It's okay. Like you almost have like this pedigree, or you have this prerequisite checked off in the sense where like you've dedicated time and money to be a member. So you're dedicated to your craft.
Yep.
And so it does hold weight for sure.
Awesome. Yeah, that's a good
Yes.
way of putting it for sure.
Yes.
How about you, Dean? Do you
Yeah.
think?
I think so. Yeah. I mean, I know a lot. I mean, me and Chuck, you know that we go.
Oh my
around
gosh.
recruit
You guys are next
everybody,
level.
Yeah, we're actually getting custom Dumb and Dumber suits now.
Are
So,
you
yeah.
really?
Ooh.
And where are you wearing them?
Is it the ski? Is it the skis? With
No,
the
Oh
we're
my
probably
gosh,
gonna
you
do
guys
like
are
you
up on
want
the
to
perfect.
like
just turquoise. Yeah, we just haven't decided who's going to be what. So
Where are you going to wear it? Is
I
that
don't know.
PCBC?
One's
Wherever
dumb, one's
we go.
dumber,
We go
right?
to lunch, golf course.
You guys need to come to the mix.
Can you do the puppy band too?
No, that's a lot.
We got to get
No,
that
it's
people.
not. No. Just get some high school
Oh, the
kids.
So we spend a
puppy
lot of time recruiting people, trying
Yeah.
to bring them over to the BIA. I think so.
So, true story, you zoomed into Sales and Marketing Council, I think it was, to talk about the liaison program. So they're going into all the councils and committees and pulling in people
Yeah.
to the liaison program, because all new members, we want them to have the right experience and get in and make sure that they're not wasting their time. And so you guys tapped into all the councils and committees. And
Right.
after you left Sales and Marketing Council, Lori Carpenter's like, who are those two? Oh my
That was
God.
awesome.
So we need to get her into your crew, because I think the three
Yeah.
of you would be next level.
Yeah, we have a couple more councils we have to hit. I think we had to hit PAC, and then
Yeah.
I forget. We got a couple come up next week that I'm going to.
Yeah.
But yeah, we're looking for 2 from each council, so
Yeah.
that's what we need.
And we want that because we want to build the bench of talent for all of our councils and committees going into the future. And that's been something that we struggled with. So you always see the same people over and over and over again, dedicating a lot of time.
Right.
And we want to build that. So thank you. Thank you very much.
Yeah, and it's
I'm
not just
getting
going to be another
great
Zoom
feedback.
or Teams meeting that we're doing. We got
Mm-mm.
after 5 mixers planned coming up, bunch of coffee meetups. So it's not just another council where you're going to get assigned stuff to do or anything
Yeah.
like that. It's pretty fun. We try to make it fun.
Well, you're
Very
doing good.
nice.
Okay, so here's for the fun question. Unless anybody else has anything they want to add, I'm going to ask we're going to kind of wrap this up soon. I have a fun question I always ask, and it's, if you could live anywhere for a year, where would it be? We'll start with you, Brian.
Travel is like a huge passion of mine. I've been to a lot of places. I still have a lot of places on my list.
What's your favorite place so far?
I think if I could live somewhere for a year, so like I've done a lot of the European. I'm a huge scuba diver, so like my wife and I, for our honeymoon, we went to the Philippines and we dove 4 shipwrecks from World War II.
Oh,
and
that's
like
cool.
dove through the cargo ships, and like my dad got me into scuba diving when I was 14, so I've done all the Bahamas and the Caribbean and like all that stuff. So I've seen my fair share of tropical, and I do love those places. One of my favorite places I've actually been to, and this was 15 years ago, was Ireland.
Oh,
Spent
so
a
that's
week
where I
there.
want to go.
And I think out of like almost everywhere I've traveled, it was the nicest just people in general, especially like Not back then so much, but right now I know that there's a little bit of oh, you're American type feel depending on where you go. But I like my girlfriend and I at the time, we got super lost, and this was before maps apps and all that stuff. And we pulled over, we went down this one-way road for like a mile and a half. And I like knocked on this truck driver who was parked on the side of the road. He was taking a nap, and I was like, "Hey, can you just like tell me how to get to our hotel? We're trying to get here." And he like on his break was like, "Follow me." Drove 45 minutes out of his way
Wow.
to have us follow us, and was like, "Have a
Wow.
nice day." I was like, "Can I pay you for your gas?" He was like, "Absolutely not." And just my experience with the people there, I'm really drawn to cultures and places where like I can feel like a part of the culture without trying too hard or like coming off gimmicky or fake. And I really just felt welcomed there the whole time. So I would love, and it's a beautiful country. So I would love to spend a time there and just go explore castles and play golf and
Mm.
do that whole thing.
That's my dream trip.
You go.
I just hate flying.
Oh,
Trying to
It's
get,
not-
I mean, it's a struggle. It's a struggle.
Yeah.
If I could get over flying, that'd be the first place I would go.
It's amazing.
Yeah. Dane,
I've been around the world. From
military.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So Middle East, people aren't so nice there. Caribbean, they're nice. Hawaii, I'd want to live somewhere near water. It'd have to be like an ocean where I could walk out and just chill on the beach. That's it. That's all I want.
Got it. Linda.
I'm so boring.
San Diego.
You know, I don't even have a passport, guys. Okay.
What?
I'm American.
You're
no, I'm just kidding.
hardworking. You're hard.
I knew I was going to get into this, but I was drinking. No, I spent the first part of my life raising 6 amazing kids.
Yep.
Wow.
Now this is act 2. We were very young parents. I married my high school boyfriend and had twins right off the bat. So we've been very busy. Now they're all adults.
Mhm.
And then that's when we started the business
Yeah.
because I don't do anything. I'm not super,
That's how you
super
guys know how to run a
successful.
business.
That's literally the same thing.
You can
I
manage 6 kids.
There you go.
You
Like,
can manage.
married my high school sweetheart, had kids, and now we're
Perfect.
both starting.
This is
So-
what happens. Life does truly begin after like 45 years old. So I don't have a passport. The most beautiful place I've been here in America where I would live now, just to get away from everybody and still have internet, is Oswald State Beach in Oregon. It's on the coast.
Mm.
It's a temporal rainforest that meets the beach right there. I'm good. I also am afraid to go places because I don't think I'm going to leave. Like I have this thing. If I go to Hawaii, I'm probably just like, oh, staying here.
Staying. Yeah.
I'm good.
This is home.
Bye.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I won't go there or my homeland. My dad's from Italy. So I keep saying I have to go back to the ancestral home and the land that, we own. And then I'm like, I probably wouldn't come home. So I'll stay in.
You'll fall in love with
Stay
it.
here.
With it.
Santorini is where we're going next.
Santorini.
Yeah.
That's
Okay.
the spot.
When are you going?
Hopefully next year. That's the
We're
plan.
doing Banff, Canada for my 40th this August. My 2 daughters, 8 and 6, they love to camp and hike, and we're going to be right nestled in the middle of 5 national parks. And we're just going to go
That's so cute.
Hiking.
Your campers.
Yeah.
My kids were like,
the
no,
best.
they were awful.
And then,
Glampers.
They were like, no, we need our house. Like, where's our stuff?
Hotel room.
next year
Gotta go
we'll
to
be
a
in
hotel.
Japan.
My daughter just got back from Japan Wednesday.
So
Yeah.
we have friends that I have a couple friends that took a couple years off and just traveled the world. One couple of my close friends of mine, they
How do
went
you do
to
that?
57 countries.
Yeah,
in
what
2
do they
years.
do?
Yeah, what do you
Yeah,
do?
dang.
Are you
I
the
know,
most
like,
boss?
seriously,
I
what am I
know
doing?
they were
What?
they were
I'm
working
everything apparently.
high
Supposed
level,
to do
high
that.
paying jobs that during COVID were all remote, and they were able to just work wherever they
Smart.
needed to be, and they didn't. So I guess they didn't take the time off, but they used it as an opportunity to work remote from wherever.
Yeah.
And so they did like 57 countries in 2 years, and they said their favorite number 1 was Japan, and I've heard that from so many people.
Yeah.
Just the cleanliness, the
Yeah.
safety,
It's nice
the
people.
affordability. So that's probably high up.
I know. My daughter would. I'm going to see her tonight since she's gotten back and to see all the pictures from Japan. She was like super depressed when I called her yesterday because she loved it there so much she didn't want to come home. I'm like, oh gosh, she's going to move there.
Reality
Like she
check.
loved it that much.
That's how our daughter was
Yeah.
with Thailand.
Mhm.
She was there for 3 weeks. And she just kept extending it. And she's like, Mom,
Yeah.
you can't come here. You're not leaving. they know me. I'm like, I want to.
They know me here.
Yeah.
We have a name. I love it. What about you, Shannon? You gotta answer the same
Ireland.
question. Ireland.
Number one, Ireland.
Okay.
500%. I want to go. So I can't imagine what it would be like to stand in the middle of a castle. Like that would be next level. I just got to figure out how to get myself on a plane.
I got to stay in 2 castles while I was
Was it
there.
insane? Was it awesome?
Unbelievable.
Was it? I mean, to me, the
You
experience
contact
to be in a
stay in a
castle, it
castle?
would be
Is there
like,
Airbnb website?
is it a modernized castle? Like I think it would be kind of cool to have like the like fire torch, like just
something
full blown.
It's modernized.
It's
They
so
have a
here.
modern kit. Yeah, no, they're just talking trash on castles right now. But it's modernized to a sense where like there's modern kitchens and like amenities. But you're gonna die. So this was probably back in like 2007 when I went, and there was a travel company. I think they were called like Scepter Tours or something. They might still be around. I don't know.
Scepter. That's what it is.
Makes
Still
sense,
heard of
yeah,
them?
makes
Okay.
sense.
No. We're
Okay.
just
Goes with it,
asking.
you're saying
Oh my
a
God.
castle.
Anyways, we went.
Scepter.
My girlfriend and I at the time went during our Thanksgiving week, which isn't a thing over there, and for $1,000 each, it included our round trip airfare, 2 nights at the Four Seasons in Dublin, 1 night in the Ritz-Carlton, and then we stayed in 2 castles and some other really nice hotel. It included our rental car, included breakfast every morning, and it was $1,000 a piece. We went to the Cliffs of Moher.
But this
we
is
saw-
in 2007.
Yeah, so it's like
Yeah.
$10,000 now.
Yeah, 10 grand.
Well,
40 grand.
10 grand and you're
But it was
getting human
amazing.
You
traffic.
gotta donate your second
Broke
child
out.
to them.
Being broke, I graduated
Wake
high
up without
school
your kidney.
college,
Right.
and it was just triple
So we're back.
All right, you guys. Well, I think we're good. That's a wrap on this episode. Everyone watching and listening, stay tuned. We've got a really fun video brought to you by Linda Raymond from 6 Star Framing. And with that, we're done. It's a wrap.
Thank
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 you,
you, San
everybody.
Diego. Thank you, Shannon. Thank you, BIA.
Yeah, thank you.
Woohoo! So we are here today with Linda Raymond from 6 Star Framing. Hey, Linda. Thank you for being here.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you for always being such a huge supporter in every way of the BIA. Not just financially, you're a diamond sponsor, but anything that you touch, any event that you participate in, you like go next level every time and you bring the energy, and I just want to thank you. Talk a little bit about your projects. Tell me a little bit about 6 Star Framing.
I first want to say, you make it worth it. The BIA here, the framers bring the fun. Everybody knows that. Thank you for giving us the guidance, the inspiration to always do our best. So keep challenging us. We'll keep rising to the occasion. That being said, this is Hope Street Apartments. This is a beautiful infill here in Carlsbad Village for Wormers, high Wormers, shout out, also BIA members, and very active in the BIA, as well as North County Construction. This is a 4-story podium that we're doing here. We are going full bore as 6 Star does. We are 20 days into construction on the 2nd floor, hitting the 3rd floor at that corner. We're gonna get out. We're gonna also get run over, which is always fun. That was not in the plan. We've got our guys up there. You can see following all of the safety precautions that California newly has in place. Everyone's tied off, handrails, and you can't see it from here, but we have 58 people on this building right now, framer power alone. This is one of our
that's incredible.
25 jobs currently, but this is our diamond. Our office is right up the street in Oceanside. Anything in Carlsbad, anything for Wormers, we throw everything we can at it.
Awesome. That's great. So tell me a little bit about how long has 6 Star Framing been in business? How many employees do you have?
So we have been in business for 8 years, which has flown by, but it is also very quick. We have grown tremendously. Everybody works very hard to help that happen. We've got 22 foremen and field employees. Last week during our biannual safety training, we had 1,700 gentlemen come through the office and get their annual safety training. So we are here. San Diego is our favorite spot. We love it here. Like I said, this is where our home is, but we are from Ventura to the border.
That's great. So not only are you super active with BIA, with other associations, but you run a large company and you do an incredible job. So you newly joined or are part of, you're actually one of the founding board members of PWB San Diego, which is Professional Women in Building, and you are like the prime example of what it's all about. So if you were to say one thing or one piece of advice that you would give a young person or a young woman coming into this industry, what would it be?
Well, work hard and don't be afraid to ask questions and also show how smart you are. I feel that women that do well in this industry have no boundaries set on themselves. And as part of PWB, what we hope to do is remove the boundaries that women have set on themselves. They're artificial, they're temporary.
Yeah.
There's not a place on the job site that you think you don't want to be on. There's places in the office, in planning, development, finance, bookkeeping, architecture. There are literally hundreds, as you know, spots for women in the building industry, and we do it better than, I won't say better than the guys, but we're more organized doing it.
Yep. And so for you to be in business 8 years during very difficult times, COVID, everything, and to be at the level that you're at and grow the way that you have, that's pretty impressive. What would be probably the single most thing that has helped you succeed in your business?
Here in the San Diego climate, business climate, it's very exclusive. I feel that builders and other trades here support each other. We call it below the line, and that's for everybody that crosses Camp Pendleton. We have had big success being a San Diego company and having a control of the labor force down here, understanding their needs, paying the wages that they need to live and work here. We've worked incredibly hard on keeping guys off the roads inter-county. So who we employ, they work where they're building, which is very important. Builders seem to understand that. Other trades also do the same thing, where they've got guys that aren't traveling long distances for work, but we're also keeping the economic gears here moving because we're paying people to live here in San Diego County. That is successful. I also think that, again, BIA pushing all of the political power that we need to get laws changed, laws updated, people on board. We need more housing. More housing built creates lower prices, and what
and jobs. Yeah.
Lower prices and jobs.
Yep. So, well, how many projects do you have going on right now in San Diego?
In San Diego County,
what is it, below the line?
Below the line. We're here with Warmers. We've got 2 more projects with them starting in Encinitas this month. We are obviously giving the love to Lennar in 4 cities. We've got KB Homes, another awesome BIA member. Hello, Team KB. We are on 5 of their jobs. We've got Highland Builders, another BIA member, or soon to be. Are they here?
We're working on it.
Okay, you heard that. We've got 2 going for them. We're here for Graython and Infill in San Diego. And wow, what am I up to now?
That's a lot.
I don't even remember. Who else? I feel like I'm forgetting someone, so.
It's like you're giving an Oscar speech.
We're gonna stop there, but
okay.
There we go.
Well, that's incredible. Once again, thank you. And whatever we can do from the BIA standpoint to support you, we're here. And just thank you for everything you do.
Keep making it fun
You're
and
awesome.
professional.